Johnny Ford Pre-K through 8 English and Spanish Montessori really embraces the spirit and follows the method created by Dr. Maria Montessori, Italy's first female physician and whose major focus was brain research. She also studied psychology and anthropology to best understand both the science and the psyche of the children growing up to be adults. She believed that children needed to be active and curious through their hands. Even within our environment, we call this freedom within boundaries. That means that you may see many different works taking place simultaneously, but those works are with a purpose and with a very specific direction that each individual engages.
As a member of this learning community for the past 13 years, I have gone through not only the transformation, but the transition from traditional to Montessori. The environment allows for all students to reach their full potential at their own pace. It emphasizes learning through all senses, not just students sitting, listening, watching, or reading.
When walking into a Montessori classroom, you'll see students doing many different works at the same time. The beauty in that is that students never have to wait to learn something new. Teachers at Johnny Ford are specifically trained in the Montessori method, and one very important aspect of the Montessori method is meeting the individual child precisely at his or her level. By doing so, we've alleviated the stress of content area being too difficult, content area being too easy. They're able to assimilate this learning at a more rapid pace. Another beautiful aspect about the Montessori method is that classrooms are all multi-age. It's very familial when you look at the environment, and that children get to experience being the youngest child, the middle child, and the oldest child.
Johnny Ford felt like family, and I felt respected.
They also develop a deep and faithful relationship with their Montessori teacher because they're with that teacher for 3 years. The learning never has to stop. It just continues to grow.
Johnny Ford helps students because they actually work one-on-one with other people because the classes are way smaller compared to the other middle schools I've been to. Teachers don't really get to know that student one-on-one. Like Johnny Ford, it's not students personally.
As a public Montessori, we're still responsible to grade level standards and promotional requirements. So the notion of freedom within boundaries is important because students must apportion their time and experience all the content that Montessori has to offer.
The teachers are patient, and in upper and lower elementary and primary, hands-on materials, that's what y'all work with.
For instance, math is color-coded so they can see the different place values, and that helps them with. In reading, they symbolize all of their grammar work, so that will help them see what a noun is versus an adjective and how they build off each other.
Chad has learned at this point at 4 years old to count by tens, to work with the 100 board, to really grapple with language, versus where Chase, at the point when he came into Montessori, he was not counting by tens or able to read at 5 years old. And I've noticed that through this experience, both of them have been able to grow and progress at their own rate.
Students also learn incredible life skills.
My 4-year-old has been coming home from school this past week, and she's been writing music notes and then touching each one and singing whatever song is in her head at that time.
Our students will leave us with the knowledge and motivation that will enable them to become college and career ready.
I learned Spanish, language arts, math, and science, and other subjects, and I think it's going to help me when I get in college and when I get a job, and they're going to ask me, do you know how to speak English and any other language? And so you can help this person.
We teach them how to solve their problems using their words at our piece table. Because if we can teach them how to solve their problems peacefully now, as they grow older, maybe they'll use those skills to help better our society and help better our world.
Thank you for playing with me at the playgrounds.
Through grace and courtesy, students learn these skills in ways to resolve conflict, to respect others, to respect the world around them, and to be open to other thoughts and ideas in a very embracing environment.
So through this positive environment of peace curriculum and academic success, through really meeting my children, they are thriving to be that strong, independent, productive member of society that my husband and I always hope they will be.
The students who leave us in 8th grade transition to high school very well, both academically and socially. And it's very often that we hear that our students are incredibly independent and also very kind to students around them in terms of acclimating to a new environment. They're very welcoming. That's a really beautiful thing.
We teach them everything. We teach them how to clean tables. We teach them how to read, to write their numbers, but mostly we teach them how to respect others and acceptable ways to do that. Whether it be helping their classmates do their lessons, whether it be, solving their problems if they have a misunderstanding. And sometimes our kids they want a hug, and so just teaching them the appropriate way to ask for hugs and being in people's space. But it's a great place to be. Our kids love it, and you can tell the teachers love it here too.